At 11:32 p.m., a woman dialed emergency services. The operator answered. There was breathing, there was whispering, and then silence. The call ended before she could say her address. By the time police traced the location in Port Harcourt, it was already too late. But what they found inside that house was not what anyone expected. Her name was Ifeanyi, 34 years old, mother of one, primary school teacher. She had recently moved into a rental duplex in a quiet area of GRA Port Harcourt. Neighbors described her as polite, reserved. Her husband worked offshore, gone for weeks at a time. That night, she was alone with her 6-year-old son. Or at least, that's what everyone believed. Rain started around 10:45 p.m. Heavy, loud, masking other sounds. At 11:32 p.m., emergency services received a call from her number. The operator said, "Emergency line, what is your location?" There was a pause, then whispering. "He's inside the house." The operator asked, "Ma'am, who is inside?" There was a sudden loud thud, then a child crying in the background. The line disconnected. Police arrived 12 minutes later. The front door was unlocked. Lights were on. The television was still playing. But the house was strangely quiet. No broken windows. No forced entry. No signs of robbery. Ifeanyi was found at the bottom of the staircase, unresponsive. Her son was hiding in a closet upstairs, shaking. When officers gently asked him what happened, he said only 3 words. Uncle came back. There was no uncle in town. Family members were contacted. No one had visited. Her husband was offshore. Verified. Police searched the property. Nothing stolen. No fingerprints that didn't belong. Security cameras on the street showed no one entering and no one leaving. But there was one detail that disturbed investigators. The back door was slightly wet, as if someone had stood there in the rain, waiting. Days later, while staying with relatives, her son drew a picture. In it, there were 3 figures: him, his mother, and a tall man with no face. When asked who it was, he said, "Daddy's friend." Police rechecked old messages on her phone. There were repeated missed calls from an unknown number over the past week. The number was traced. It belonged to a former family friend, someone who had visited months earlier, someone who knew the layout of the house, someone who knew her husband was away. When brought in for questioning, he denied everything. But forensic teams discovered something small: mud traces on the back staircase, matching soil from near his residence. Then came the final piece. Cell tower data placed his phone in the area that night. He broke down after 6 hours. He admitted entering through the back door, claiming he just wanted to talk. The situation escalated. He panicked and ran into the rain. The unfinished 911 call was played in court. Her whisper, her fear, the sound of her son crying. It echoed in the silent courtroom. The child now lives with his grandparents. He refuses to sleep with the lights off, because he says, "When the rain comes, I hear footsteps." Some crimes end in arrests, but some nights, especially when it rains in Port Harcourt, people still remember that call, the one that was never finished.